Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Colourpop try-on haul. I made a huge Cyber Monday order, and it doesn't even fit in this frame. So we're gonna do a try-on haul. I've already kind of dipped into this just because I wanted to see if I had gotten everything and nothing was missing. So this is everything. I think I'm just gonna kind of go in order of how I would do my makeup, and we'll go from there. So I did get the no filter concealer. I got mine in the shade Fair 5 because I figured that was the lightest shade, and I am very fair. So it's actually bigger than I thought it was. It's quite large. Looking at it in the container, it doesn't look that light. But I typically use concealer as eye primer, so here goes. Oh, I think that's gonna be way too much. I'm just gonna bring it from one eye to the other. There. Oh wow. Yeah, a little goes a really long way. But I'm going to buff this in with my Real Techniques corrector brush. This was a holiday set, but I love this brush for concealer. Okay, so it blended out pretty easily. It looks a little dry, but I don't know. We'll see. Overall though, it has pretty good coverage. I'm using it as eye primer, so we'll see. I got the Element of Surprise palette, which I think is what I'm going to use right now. And it looks, I've already swatched one shade, I'm sorry. But this is what it looks like. This shade right here is calling to me because I did not know it was a duochrome. I'm just gonna start. I need to set my eyelid, and I don't have anything in here to do that. So I'm just gonna use what I would normally use and just use some of my powder. Just gonna take the MAC Studio Fix NC10. This will just create a smooth base for our eyeshadows to blend on top of. Okay, so the powder built nice on top of the concealer. Again though, I feel like it's going to be a little dry. We'll see. To start out, I'm just going to take a blending brush. This is the Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. I'm just going to dip into Go With The Flow, I believe is what this one's called, and apply this into my crease. May do a halo eye. So just blending that in the inner and outer corner, and then with whatever's left on the brush, connecting it through the middle. I really like these shadows because they have just the right amount of pigment. They're not so pigmented that they're hard to work with. They're very buildable, which I like because that way I don't go too overboard and I can just work with it and I can blend it a little bit easier. Next up, I'm going to take my Sigma E45 tapered blending brush, and I'm going to dip into Labyrinth, which is this color here, and we're going to also put this on the inner and outer corner. And then I'm just going to go back in with Go With The Flow and blend out Labyrinth. Still using that Sigma E45, I'm going to dip into Silk Street, which is this purpley color here. Oh wow, it's a lot more purple than I expected, but that could also just be what I'm layering it with. Just taking that Luxie blending brush and continuing to blend out the Late Night color. Or sorry, not Late Night, Silk Street. cleaning off my brush and then going back into Labyrinth and putting that in the crease right above Silk Street, just to kind of bring back that pigment that we lost. And then taking the Luxie blending brush with a little bit of Go With The Flow and Labyrinth mixed together and just going along the outer edges. And to help us be a little more precise, I'm going to take the Sigma E36, which is like this little nose hair blending brush, with some Silk Street and blending super close into the inner and outer corner. So far I've had no trouble blending. These have been working like a dream. But now I'm going to take this brush. It's from the MAC Holiday palette. It's the 547 SE, which it's just a synthetic flat packing brush. And I'm going to pick up Rayon, which is the shade here. It's this really cool like blue, green, pinky red. It's like a duo, it's so pretty. It's a duochrome. And I'm going to spray my brush with some Fix Plus after I pick up that color. And then we're going to pack this onto the center of the lid. Oh my gosh. This is such a pretty color. It's so unique. Like I definitely don't have anything like this color. Look at that. That is incredible. Oh, I love that color so much. So I'm just gonna continue to blend. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Silk Street on that E36 Sigma brush and just kind of blend over the edges. And I was worried about that concealer like being super dry and flaky, but everything blended perfectly fine on top of it. So far so good. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye and add some mascara. I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and applied the other eye mascara in my foundation because Colourpop does not sell mascara or foundation. And I tried to get something from every section. The only thing I didn't get was eyeliner. But now it's time to try this concealer. Again, this is the No Filter Concealer in Fair 5. I don't know. I'm gonna try a brush right here. It gets lighter when you blend it out. So I don't think I like this concealer with a brush. I'm gonna wet a sponge real quick. It blends a million times better with a sponge. It looks quite flawless when you blend it out with a sponge. But if you saw how yellow that looked, then once I started blending it out again, it got lighter. It's interesting. So I would say it's pretty full coverage, but you can see it's quite yellow. So I think it looks really good. Again, it's just, it may look like it more so on camera, but you can see it, but in person, it looks okay. I promise that the camera is just making it look a lot more yellow than it actually is. Does it have more of a yellow undertone? Yes. Is it as bad as the camera's portraying? No. So the foundation that I used, just for reference, was MAC's Water Weight. This is my favorite foundation, so I figured I would just, it's only best to try it out with products that I know I like. I'm going to set my under eyes a little bit. I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Fair Loose Finishing Powder. Doesn't look dry at all. I remember on the lid it looked a little dry, but I feel like if you blend out that concealer with a brush, it looks dry. But if you blend it out with a sponge, it looks just fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with some Fix Plus. Again, just kind of sticking to what I normally would do, so that way we can really see how this concealer performs. And now I'm going to do my under eye. I'm going to take the Sigma E36, which is just like that little itty bitty blending brush, and I'm going to take Labyrinth and blend that underneath. And then I'm going to go into Silk Street and apply that on the outer corner and a little bit. We're just going to apply it all underneath. Okay, now in my inner corner, I'm going to take the color Feels, which is this lighter color here. It has a little bit of a pink tone to it. Ooh, it's like an iridescent purpley pink. Okay, so I also picked up the Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Dope Taupe. So it's got a very similar mechanism on the top here as to my MAC brow pencil, but it's very similar to the NYX Micro Brow because it also has the spoolie on the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and comb my brows up as I normally would. It's a nice spoolie. It's nice, and I like the thinner ones because they kind of grab all the hairs a little bit easier. Alright, let's see. I like to start like right here by like the arch and the tail because that's what's the most sparse. So that's what I'm going to fill in first. And then start creating the baseline towards the front of my brow. And then coming through the arch. So far it's going on very smoothly. And I'm going to kind of run the spoolie through. And then just create nice little upward strokes in the front of the brow. Okay, so it is a little warm, a little warmer than I normally would go for, but it doesn't look bad. I can work with that. I like that. So I did also pick up the new Brow Boss gel, so we're gonna see again how this works. It's so small, but we shall see how it works. Oh, it's really tiny. It's like a white cream. Okay, so far I like the gel. I won't really be able to tell until it sets if I really like it. Okay, so the next thing that I have to try is bronzer. I picked up one shade. I remember I got this shade because the shade that I wanted was sold out, but that's okay. It's called In It to Win It, and it is their pressed powder bronzer. So this is what it looks like. It's a little bit warm, but we'll see what it looks like on. Again, the same with their eyeshadows. I like that their products are just buildable, because then you don't put it on and then regret your entire life, you know, in that moment. So I don't know about you, but I think that's really pretty. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan. Okay, and then I have a few blushes. So this one is called Parakeet. It's one of their, these blushes are huge. Like the blush and the bronzer are huge. They're definitely bigger than they're definitely bigger than a MAC brush. Oh my gosh. They're definitely bigger than a MAC blush. So I'm going to take the shade Parakeet, and it is very pigmented, so let's see. It's so cute. I love this color. Oh my gosh. This is exactly what I was wanting from this blush. I wanted something that was a little more pink, but nothing like super like doll-like. I can get down with this. This is really pretty. I also picked up 2 different types of highlighters. Again, a pressed powder one. This was from the holiday collection. I don't know if that's what I want to use. I think I want to use this other one, which is called Flexitarian. I always see this on their Instagram and everybody raving about it. Unfortunately, mine came broken, but with the Super Shock formula, you can just kind of press it back in, so it's okay. I'm just gonna take what I would normally use to highlight, and we'll see if that works. Holy cow. This highlighter is insane. I am barely tapping in, and it is giving me everything. This is a new favorite for sure. Okay, so we're finally at lips. That is probably the most, besides like eyeshadow, I ordered the most of like lip products. I think it is Souffle that is pinky. Yes. This will be perfect. So I'm going to take the Ultra Matte Lip in Souffle, but first I'm going to prep my lips because I have not prepped my lips for an Ultra Matte kind of formula. So I'm going to take my MAC lip scrub first, and I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, now my lips are prepped. I don't really want to apply lip liner because I want to see how it performs on its own. Right off the bat, it is like full coverage, so that's really good. So I do wish that these applicators were a little less fuzzy, if that makes sense, because I think it would make them a little bit more precise, a little bit easier to apply. I'm not sure about the formula yet. I haven't really let it set or anything. I want to apply a gloss on top just because we have one. I'm going to take Finders Keepers. Okay, so that made it really pretty. So this is the finished look that I created. There's not one thing that I don't like. This concealer looks flawless under the eyes. Like it doesn't look dry or anything, which is the one thing I was concerned about. The matte lips were not as drying as I thought they would be, especially for the price. I think that everything is kind of phenomenal. I actually really like the brow pencil and the brow gel a lot. It's a little bit warmer than I would normally go with my brows, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's nice. I think I do like it. I love this eyeshadow. I freaking love this eyeshadow, especially the one that's on my lid, the Rayon shade. If you haven't gotten the Element of Surprise palette, you need it in your life. It's very unique. It's so, so pretty. Everything that I tried on my face today is amazing. Like, I'm actually blown away. I know that this video was extra long, but I kind of wanted to try something different by doing like a try-on haul of this makeup, and yeah, I mean, this is kind of what it turned out to be. Again, it was a little all over the place. I'm sorry, but all in all, I love everything that I got, and I'm so excited to use the rest of this stuff in more tutorials to come. But if you guys have any requests, just leave them down below if there's any products that you want to see paired together, or see swatches of, just let me know and I will do that for you. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.